This is called,
This video is brought...
hey, relax. Elon Musk's Neuralink brain chip scares me. Me too, dude. I watched the Black Mirror episode, so there's some pros, but then there's also some cons. Here's the pros. Instant ability to Google? What? I mean, because I don't know how many times this is the biggest problem I have. Most of the time, and don't make fun of me, most of the time when I go to Google and look something up, it's usually how to spell a word I should understand how to spell. That's it. That's most used Google. Really getting my usage out of that platform. Right? So that's most of the time that I'm using Google. And it's embarrassing. But then I wouldn't have to do that anymore. But all jokes aside, the scary part is just like, I don't know. And I think this is too much Black Mirror-ish, but what's the potential of them being able to have some level of control over your mind? You know, like, what does a Neuralink do? Even if you just like are constantly able to receive Google information, like, what's stopping people from like having some kind of fucking profound impact on you, or to get you to want like some kind of fucking engage in consumerism or something? It's just scary. Let's watch this though.
Brought to you by today's partner, NordVPN. More about them at the end of the video. Right, everybody stay calm.
Oh yeah, and this is by Giuseppe. I forgot to like announce some of the names. I'm tired today, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, this video is by Giuseppe. Yeah, I'm going to put it in the description anyway, so it's fine. Let's go.
Elon is back. Elon is back. So last time I was rabbiting on about Elon Musk, it was about his humanoid Tesla bot robot thing.
Whoa! What would I use that for?
One of his brand new devices. And this one is insane. If this man keeps on doing wacky stuff, I'm going to end up reporting just on his ventures. I'll become a reporter on the Elon Musk show. So what is it this time? What's their new device? Well, Elon recently hosted a presentation for his new Neuralink technology.
Welcome to the Neuralink show and tell.
Now, this thing has been around for a while, and it's pretty complicated. But in short, it's an electronic chip that Elon and his team have worked on that gets inserted into a brain and can record and stimulate neural activity.
The overarching goal of...
That's cool, man. It would be cool to do a girl and then be able to play it back. Except for the crying part. I don't really want to watch myself cry. Maybe they could change the memory. But, you know, it is interesting, though. Like, the potential that could have is very interesting.
Of Neuralink is to create ultimately a whole brain interface, a generalized input-output device that, you know, in the long term, literally can interface with every aspect of your brain.
Okay, nice, but what does this actually mean? So, the Neuralink team started off with animals. So they took a pig called Gertrude and inserted the Neuralink into her brain. Now, I am by no means a biologist here, but on a very, very simple level, your brain, my brain, Gertrude's brain, Elon's brain. Okay, maybe not Elon's brain, because that's probably made of metal and uranium or some shit. But in short, most, if not all, biological brains function off billions of tiny neurons that send and receive electrical signals to work as messages and information all over the body.
Yeah, and it's so weird because I truly don't understand, but like how is information recorded? Like, is it all basically just a computer? And if it is, can you replicate somebody's memory in someone else's brain by like simulating the patterns? Like, dude, it's so beyond me how fucking crazy this shit is. Because can you do that? Can you create a memory? Like, what is it? Like, what is the brain? Is there like, oh my God, I'm sorry, but have they like observed, why are they going back here? Have they observed the brain having new memories recorded onto it? Does that make sense? Like, is that how it works? Like, get like a little scratch or a wrinkle in your brain when something new happens? I don't know.
Your hand and you're on fires. You have a thought and you're on fires. Whilst you're watching this very video, your brain is shooting electrical signals all over the place. So what Neuralink does, once it's in the brain, is it records those electrical impulses and sends them to a computer. So in the demonstration, Elon showed off that each time Gertrude's snout would sniff or touch the ground, the Neuralink would send the signals received from her brain to the computer.
The beeps you're hearing are real-time signals from the Neuralink in Gertrude's head.
Now that's pretty insane, but it doesn't stop there. Next, Pager the monkey, who with a Neuralink chip in his head, used a joystick to move a cursor over orange cubes to be rewarded with a banana smoothie through a tube. Ooh, okay, cool. But now look at this. Pager is moving the joystick to hit the orange boxes again. Except no, he isn't, because the joystick isn't plugged in. The Neuralink is feeding his brain activity to the computer, and he's moving the cursor with his mind. Then just to show off, they switch the screen to Pong.
To control his paddle on the right side of the screen, Pager simply thinks about moving his hand up or down. We've removed the joystick altogether.
I am living in a world where I'm watching a monkey use a chip in his brain to play video games with his mind. For the love of God, nobody show this to Joe Rogan, because he might just have a meltdown.
I would
Now, I don't
too.
know what's more insane, the fact that I'm watching a monkey play Pong with his mind, or the fact that there is probably a department at Neuralink dedicated just to making banana smoothies. They also showed a small demonstration of a monkey typing on a keyboard to ask for a snack, and then picking what snack he wants.
This is telepathic.
Hey, I mean, listen, if we could harness that technology, that would be incredible. Because I don't know how many times I've just stood in front of the refrigerator going, what do I want to eat, bro? It's a real thing. If I didn't have to deal with that, I mean, I think that the world would be better. I'd have so much more time than going like, oh, man, what do I want to eat? What is it that I want to eat today, dude? Oh, shit. That's a real problem. So I'm just speaking up for the everyday, man.
Typing. He's moving the cursor with his mind to the highlighted key.
I mean, a monkey using a keyboard is a scary prospect. There's already enough idiots online that we don't need monkeys on top of that. Okay, so as of now, there hasn't been any public demonstrations on humans, but news outlets claim that we could see the Neuralink in human brains within 6 months. Now, it's all well and good saying that this tiny little electronic chip gets put in your brain. But how? Well, it's not by humans, that's for sure. It's by a Neuralink robot that opens a tiny part of the skull and implants the Neuralink into your brain. And sure, it sounds simple the way I've just worded it, but according to Elon, it is that simple.
You remove about a coin-sized piece of skull, and
I mean, I personally don't know how much I would trust Elon Musk, so that's just me, though. That's just fucking me.
and then you can just walk around right afterwards. It's pretty cool.
Then you can just walk around right afterwards.
Bro, how crazy is that? Like, that, I always think, like, we all have our. You ever look at your parents and go like, "Wow, what a boomer," you know? And you think like, "Oh, that what could possibly change? What could possibly happen? Like, what's the fight that we're gonna be fighting in the future? Like, what's the thing that I'm gonna disagree with that's gonna make me seem like a much more like staunch conservative? Whereas like now, I'm really not. But like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of times you have like a perspective and it kind of just stays consistent, and then the world gets more like progressive. And I wonder if it's going to be this. I wonder if it's going to be a situation of like my kids like, Dad, I got the newest fucking brain computer, and I'm like, that sounds dangerous. They're like, you're a fucking boomer, Dad. They start beating me. And I start crying. No, but all jokes aside, I just wonder, man. I just fucking wonder.
Yep, like nothing has happened. You go to the mall with your friends, have some food, buy some clothes, watch a movie, have a technological, electronic, microscopic Neuralink chip put in your brain, and then on the bus home, all in a day's work. Now, jokes aside, if this technology advances the way that Elon plans and works on humans, it could be one of the biggest technological breakthroughs of mankind, harnessing electrical impulses in the brain. Now, Elon is pitching that the Neuralink chip could potentially help blind or visually impaired people see again.
Even if
that is pretty cool. Like the concept of putting it in there to like be able to I don't know, stimulate some portion of the brain that is kind of not working right. It's kind of gay, you know. Just kidding. It's just not working the way it's supposed to work. That could be a very interesting concept. I will say that. Hey, what's going on, brother?
Never had vision ever. Like they were born blind. We believe we can still restore vision, even if they've never seen before. We're confident they could see
through the use of cameras feeding a stream directly to the brain.
The output from a camera would be processed, which would then stream the data to the device, and the image would be converted into a pattern of stimulation of the electrodes into visual cortex.
Which begs the question: what if these cameras were X-ray or heat detection? We can have humans walking around with cameras for eyes that can see through buildings. No.
Damn, that'd be cool as fuck, dude. Cameras for eyes. That's so interesting. Damn.
Muscle Build super chatted
Hey, brother.
$4.99. Much love from the muscle heads.
Yeah, thanks, brother. I saw the comments before. That man is large. But that's crazy, man. Then imagine that you couldn't even make jokes around your friends because you might get canceled because they have fucking eye cameras going.
No need for airport scanners, just a bloke stood there that looks you up and down, and then you're good to go. Now, something I didn't mention earlier, deliberately till now, is they also use the Neuralink technology to send impulses to another pig's brain to move its legs. So there's the idea that individuals that are paralyzed can harness the Neuralink to send electronic signals to robotic hands and move them. And then
that's interesting. Or like stimulate the muscles to be able to like move you. It's crazy.
Those hands can send signals back to the brain and potentially allow the user to feel all over again. Or through
then imagine just thinking about jerking off and like a fucking robot arm is jerking me off. That'd be crazy. I wonder why it is when I think about this technology, my brain like unironically goes to masturbation and like porn all the time. Like, why is it like, oh fuck, how could I like, is that a me thing or is that a man thing? Where it's like, oh, a new technology, how could I fuck it? You know? Oh, how could I fuck this new technology? Is that just a me thing, dude? I want to think that it's not. I want to think that I stand in solidarity with so many wise and intellectual young men and women.
Muscle stimulation, the Neuralink could control human limbs, which is something out of a sci-fi movie, honestly. You're telling me there could be a world one day where 2 humans could control 2...
All right, somebody said that. They agree with me. So I'm right. Everybody thinks it's the way I think. If you say you don't, then you're lying.
other humans to fight with an Xbox controller. But
wait. It brings up a real question, though.
Where 2 humans could control 2 other humans to fight.
Is it racist if I'm the controlling the black guy? You know what I mean? Question. It's a question we have to ask. It's a question we have to ask.
With an Xbox controller. But maybe the most nuts part of all of it is Elon claims that eventually we may be able to download, upload, and store memories electronically.
Wow.
And then said memories can be moved between individuals or, get this, robots.
In the future, you'll be able to save and replay memories. Everything that's encoded in memory, you could upload. You could basically store your memories as a backup and restore.
You know, it sounds really cool, but like I don't think I'd want to do that. I feel like I would live too much in the past. And I don't know, man. It just feels like because I feel like that would be addicting. Imagine going through like a really good moment and you just decide to continuously like rewatch it or relive it over and over again. I just feel like it's not a good idea. I don't know, man.
The memories. And ultimately, you could potentially download them into a new body or into a robot body. The future's going to be weird.
For example, I could live an experience and then upload that memory to the cloud, and you could download it and have that experience in your brain as if you lived it through my eyes. Now, I wouldn't exactly recommend...
I mean, we'd use it for porn, right? We would literally just go through the memory of fucking some like 10 out of 10 banger. Like that's what we would be doing. Not good, dude. Not good. Not what we want to do. Trying to think, who would I want to fuck in my brain? What if? What do you think about? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Bailey J. I don't know. All right, let's get back to this.
Doing that with me, because it'd be a lot of lost CSGO gambling in 2014 and me sitting in front of Premiere Pro for 15 hours a day. But the point still stands. And I don't like the idea that we could have the one Elon Musk we have now, and he could put his brain into 500 Tesla bots and have 499 more Elon Musks. Also, will we be able to delete memories? Because if so, I would like to delete my memory of the last series of Game of Thrones, please. Or...
That would be interesting, though, because if you could delete memories, that could be like massive when it comes to like mental health issues and trauma issues. You might be able to like really go through and deal with some trauma issues. That would be something.
Any websites that I got linked when I was 14 years old. Elon also mentioned that once the chip is in the brain, it can be easily replaced for the new model, like the new iPhone.
Our first production device will be much like an iPhone 1. I'm pretty sure you would.
What if it short circuits? Does that mean that like I'll lose all my memories and I'll go fucking like I'll lose all my shit and I'll die or something? What's gonna happen?
Not want an iPhone 1 stuck in your head if the iPhone 14 is available. So you can remove a device and replace it with the latest version.
Which is a great idea, because if it really is anything like the iPhone, if I'm on the Neuralink 1 and everyone else is on the Neuralink 7 by now, and I haven't updated yet, is my arm just going to start lagging or some shit? I mean, it just brings up so many questions.
Yeah, especially since I'm using that arm to jerk off, am I right, guys? trying to use that to jerk me off. I'm using the technology for porn all the time.
If the chip malfunctions or glitches, will we just have pigs ragdolling around their pens? Or monkeys randomly spinning in the jungle because of a faulty update? Rather than studying or reading a whole book, can I just download the knowledge and memories of somebody that's already read the book from the cloud? Will we be able to scratch suspects up to a computer?
Damn, we really have like interesting when it comes to book reports. I just feel like that would be so susceptible to some form of hacking to such like a terrible degree that it's not going to be a good thing, no? Like, isn't that like Russia's fucking hacking people? All of a sudden, I don't know, everybody's doing like a weird the Rasputin dance or something. I don't know, bro. It sounds scary.
Computer and play through their memories to see if they actually did the crime they're accused of. Will we be able to just store our memories for people in the future to understand the time period firsthand? How does it work?
Well, what's stopping those people that committed the crime from deleting that, or like having somebody change the memory in some capacity or something, or having like them alter that person's memory to make it seem like they were killed by someone else? I don't know. It gets crazy.
With money? Are they going to start putting ads in our minds or dodgy salesmen on the corner of streets selling memories of the World Cup final so you can feel like you were actually there? During a Q&A, Elon also answered this question.
And the question is, can the Neuralink chip allow you to summon your Tesla telepathically?
Definitely, of course.
How does that even work? Do you have to think about summoning your Tesla? What have you...
It's like a bat car. I don't think that he has it fleshed out. I also think that Elon Musk just says things sometimes that he doesn't even understand. So
accidentally think about it? Will I be able to walk up to someone and say Neuralink off and they'll just shut down like an Xbox Kinect? Will a skilled surgeon be able to operate on someone halfway around the world through the use of his brain activity moving robotic arms remotely? Now, it's not all without criticism.
I feel like that could already kind of happen. Like, you just wouldn't have the Neuralink part, but you could probably do something along those lines.
Neuralink faced animal cruelty claims after reports stated that around 1,500 of their animals had died in the last 4 years, including
Damn.
15 monkeys, 8 of those having to be euthanized. And the whole technology still has to be approved by the FDA to actually launch. And according to some scientists, the technology of using monkeys' brain signals is nothing new, and it's been around for over 20 years. And with the human brain being arguably the most complex thing we know, we all have one, but we don't even fully understand how it works. 100 billion neurons, each of those neurons having over 10,000 connections individually. It's a biological masterpiece, a natural supercomputer. Is it even possible to make sense of all those tiny electrical signals? Who knows? So what's going to happen with Neuralink? Ultimately, I have no idea. The world is becoming a very strange and very scary place. I mean, did you know they did surgery on a grape? Although, unlike Elon's original Tesla bot presentation at AI Day, at least he actually has something to show off this time around. And with Elon recently acquiring the Funny Bird app, trying to land a rocket on Mars to start a civilization, and now this brain chip that claims it can regain sight, control humans' movements, and download memories, what really is next for us humans? And for Mr. Musk? I'm hoping it's Skate 4 because the last game was very fun. You know what's great this time of year? Staying safe on the internet and the gift of cybersecurity.
I'd rather not. I'd rather be. I like to live fast and loose, brother. So I'd rather not.
Waiting for Avalon. The technology you use daily is all
I like that guy.
around you right now. Everything you interact with on a day-to-day.
I like that guy. Hold on.
On top. You waiting for? I mean, it's crazy to think that basically everything around you right now, everything you interact with on a day-to-day basis.
Whoa, why would you brush like that? That looks like an electric toothbrush.
I mean, it's crazy to think that basically everything around you right now, everything
Electric toothbrush. Why would you brush like that? Doesn't make sense.
you interact with on a day-to-day basis, the roads you travel on, the technology you
That guy, he uses perfume. He's a pretty cool guy. He talks about how he had a gay experience once, but he's not gay, and it kind of fucked him up. It's real shit. Like he's a real talk, bro. It's crazy.
daily is all a result of this pink blob of flesh. And hey, why not put an electrical neurochip into it? What could possibly go wrong? And with all of that said, goodbye!
Okay, well, that's a cool video.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.